Lord, your astute buying decision to come forth and participate in what is a fantastic offering that we have for you, and according to that successful bidder, well, hey, we just wish you our congratulations in advance. Well, today's auction will be conducted in accordance with any rules that are made available before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting any late bid or offers for the property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. So what that means, ladies and gentlemen, in layman's terms, I'll call the property 3 times. First call, second call, third and final call. But when the gavel falls, all over, Red Rover, can't take any late bidder offers past that point. Of course, the vendors, they do have a reserve price as auctioneer. I'll indicate bidders on request. The law prohibits false bids and prohibits bidders attempting to stop other bidders from bidding, and the law does provide fines for this conduct. The rules, they do permit vendor bids. I'll make it really simple and really obvious if I'm going to make a bid on behalf of the vendor. In fact, I'll make it so simple and so obvious, I'll even use those words, vendor bid, and by law, only I, as the auctioneer, may make a vendor bid. Well, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, we do sell here today by public auction. We ask the successful purchasers to come inside and execute the contracts that have been on display for the past 30 minutes. Pay a 10% deposit upon signing of those contracts, with the balance to be paid at settlement in 90 to 120 days' time. Olivia's told me some parties have sought some variations on that deposit terms. Those variations have been approved. They've been with confidence, knowing the vendors have done everything that they can to make it as easy for you to bid and buy here today. And what a fantastic offering. 860 square metres of the finest soil that Ringwood has to offer, right smack bang in the middle. We've got the Ringwood secondary zone, arguably one of the better schools in our area, literally a hop, skip and a jump to all the amenities that we love at Ringwood. Eastland, restaurants, bars, you've got the train station, either access into the city, Eastlink just down the road into the city or down to the beach, coming in to summer. Perfect opportunity for the developer, or if you want to extend what is already here, of course, subject to council approval. The appetite for multi-level townhouses in this facility is unparamount. Ringwood is going through some absolutely massive growth. Government contracts coming into the area. It is a wonderful area, as is the appetite for what I'm sure many of you will be planning on building and developing here. Well, that's probably enough out of me. I'll throw it over to you. You've seen it, you loved it. Now's your chance to bid and buy it. Where do we go? Get me underway. Opening bidder offer, 18 Arlington Street in Ringwood. What's it worth? Been calling auctions for about 10 years. Amazed at the respect to buyers. It seems to be that every auction I call, there's always that moment silence from the buyers, for the passing of the vendor's property. Very respectful, but silence is not golden when it comes to the land of auctions. Where do we start? We can start anywhere you like. Understand the first bid's the hardest bid. Where do we go? $700, why not? We'll go from there. $700, let's go up with $25,000 rise from there. That's $700 the bid now. Can we bid over here at $700, $725? We search. That's $700 the bid now with the starter. Good luck, sir. First call at $700. Second call, $700,000. Third and final time. That's $700,000. $725. Jump on in. $700 I have. 25 new face of the race there. The competition, sir. $725. Good luck to you. That's $725. Let's go $750,000 to $750. $750. Got it there. $75. $800. We had a bit of rhythm going there, Josh. You stuffed it up. $775 I have, $800 I search. $800 got it there, $825. $850 we go, $825 I have. First call, $825,000. Second call, $825, $50. $50, $75, $875. $900 seems logical. Do you agree? $875 I have. First call, $875,000. $900, $25. $50. $925 I have. Will you bid it off it here? At $925,000. First call, Josh, at $925. $50 to get them in. Second call, $925. $25 to get them in, Josh. $925 I have. Third and final time at $925. What are we doing, sir? In, out. $925 the bid. $950 I search. Jump on in other bidders if you like at 925. Thanks for your participation. Any rides at all, Josh? What are we doing? At 925,000. Need to know in, out, what are we doing? Now's the time to jump on in. At 925,000. What are we doing, Josh? In, out. What about 10, sir? I'll take a 10th out of the lead if it gets you back in. 925, 35 I'll take. At 925, thanks for your patience, same courtesy should you need. At 925,860 square metres. Where do we go from here, Josh? Is that a bid, sir? Was that a bid? At 925,000. What are we doing, Josh? In, out, get called 3 times. 925. First call. 925,000, second call. New face in the race, 35. I got it here at 935, 45 in the chest. 935 I have. 40 I'll take it there. Was that 50? 950. On the market we sell. No better bid. Hammer falls at 950. Where do we go from here? Search 60 I search. 950 I have. On the market we're selling it today at 950,000. First call. Second call 950. 60 got it in there. New face in the race. Welcome at 960. 70 get you in. First call 60. On the market we sell. Second call 960. Third, final time. 70 got you back there. Suggest $1 million. $1 million I got. At $1 million here. Clear bid offered here. $1,010,000 I take. At $1 million the bid now. On the market we sell. First call. $1 million even. Second call $1 million. 10 to get you in. Third and final time. New face got it here at $1,010,000. 20. 20. 30. 30. 30. 40. 50. First call to $1,040,000. Second call to $1,040,000. 50 to get you in. 50, got it there. 60? 60 I have. 70. First call to $1,060,000. Second call to $1,060,000. On the market we sell. 5. 10. Hang on to the 5s. We'll need them later. I'll let you know when we'll need them. Second call to $1,060,000. 70 can I say? 70? Yeah, 70. Thought about it made sense. 80. Back, straight back at you. 90. 1080. Snowball trick. First call. Second call to $1,080,000. On the market we sell. 90. 1.1. There it is. 1.1. Suggest 20. 1.1 the bid. First call, 1,100,000. On the market we sell. Second call, 1.1. Third, final time. Take a 5, why not? $1,005,000. 1.105. 10, got it there. 15. First call, 1.11. 5 more, 15, 20, 20, 25. Yes? Yep. Still there, yes? Yep. 25, 30. 25 the bid. 1.125. On the market we sell. 5,000. Taking 5s at the moment, not ones. 30 can I say? 1.125. First call. 1.125. Hanging out for the 5. Second call. On the market we sell. No better bid. I'm going to hammer it down. Third and final time. 1.125. 30, Josh, get him in. Up there, 30, can I say, sir? And man, 30. 5. Plus 5,000. No, this is don't take it. 26, let's go 30. 26 I have. First call. Suggest 30. Second call. What about 5? No one likes the 5 today. Let's go 30. Think about it. The smaller bids, they encourage the next bid. 30. Got it here, 30. I knew the 30 was out there. The GPS was just off. 1.13. Where do we go from here, sir? Them? First call. On the market we sell. 1.13. Second call. 1.13. Third and final time. Why not? 31. Where do we go from here? 32, I suggest, maybe. 32, 33, 34. 33 I have. 1.133. First call. On the market we sell. 1.133. 34, 34, 35, 36. First call. 36, 37. Suggest 40. 37 I have, I suggest 40. 3 on top. First call, 1.137. Second call, 1.137. 40?
38.
38, why not? 39, what about 40 now? 39 I have. First call, 1.139. On the market, we sell. Second call. Third and final time. 1.15. 1.15. 1,051. 1.151. First call. 1.151. Second call. Third and final time. On the market, we sell. 52. Give you a moment to think about it. What at 500? 52 we have. 1.152 on the market, we sell. Any rise at all? I'll take $250 to get in. Think about it. The worst thing that happens, the worst thing that happens here is you bid, you might buy it. Because if they bid over the top, you spent no money. What? Another 1,000? I said 250. I said a quarter. All right, 250. 1.52 and a quarter. 1.52 and a quarter. Where do we go from here? First call, 1.52 and a quarter. On the market, we sell. Second call, 1.52 and a quarter. Third and final time. 1,000? 5.3 and a quarter. Is it 1 or 5? 1. 5.3 and a quarter. 5.3 and a quarter. Another quarter on top. 1.53 and a half. 1.153 and a half. First call on the market, we sell. Second call, 1.153 and a half. Third and final time. We in, are we out? Another 1,000 on top. 1154, okay. 500 on top. 1154. And a quarter. 5.4 and a quarter. First call, 5.4 and a quarter. Second call, 1154 and a quarter. Third, final time. We're selling live 500 more, 3 quarters. 5.4, 3 quarters. You sure? You said no earlier, so maybe I'll just keep talking, you keep spending, I like it. 1.54, 750 is where we're at. Give me another 250, make it a nice round even number. 1.55. 1.55. 1.55. First call, 1,155,000. Second call, 1,056. 56. 57. 57 I have. 56 I have, sorry. 57 I search. I'm going to sell away. First call, have we seen your best? You sure? No more. Okay, appreciate your participation. I think you bought it. 1,156,000 we're selling. First call. Second call. Third and final time. Josh, are we in? Are we out? I need to know. Any rise? Appreciate your patience. 500 more. 5, 6, 500. 5, 6, 500. 56, 500. Where do we go from here, Liv? Need to know. 57. 57. 57 and a half. First call, 57 and a half. Second call, 58. 58. Out? You said that's the third time you said you're out though. You sure? Maybe. I'll keep talking then. You just let me know when you get the change. 58. $1,158,000. First call. On the market we sell. You want to be the late bid? Now's the time to jump on in because I'm going to knock it down. Second call. $1,158,000. Third and final time. Sure. Send your best. Thanks for your participation. Josh, over here. Any rise at all? Thank you. I think you bought it. We're selling. We're selling. Ladies and gentlemen, we've sold. Congratulations. Thanks for coming out. Have a Merry Christmas. We hope to see you at the next Ray White Ringwood auction.